You have to make the clear and compelling case that America's future is threatened, that our families' futures are threatened, that we don't have a choice but to make tough choices. Either we will do it prudently and preemptively, or we will wait until the markets force us to make it. And if that happens, then some of the things that are happening in Europe can happen here. Dramatic cuts, dramatic tax increases, much higher levels of unemployment and underemployment, and literally, rioting in the streets. We must not allow that to happen in America. It doesn't have to happen. Here's some good news. The top 3 countries in the world on fiscal responsibility and sustainability, Australia, New Zealand, Sweden, they faced major problems in the 90s. They rose to the challenge. They made tough choices, and now they're top 3 in the world. We're 28, by the way. We need to move on up. In addition, there are ideas out there for how to restore fiscal sanity that should be able to get bipartisan support. So if we, the people, become more informed and involved, if we start pressuring our elected officials to act before the markets force us to act, and if the president, whoever that is, will provide leadership, talk about the truth, the tough choices, and lead to try to be able to solve these problems, we can do it. And I just hope that we do sooner rather than later. So my view is that we are on a dangerous path, that the decisions that are made or that fail to be made in the next 3 to 5 years by elected officials will largely determine whether our future is better than our past. America will remain, but for America to stay great, for our future to be better than our past, and for the American dream to stay alive, to stay alive so that each generation has more opportunity than the last, we're going to have to start making some tough choices. We have too many people living for today, not enough people willing to make tough choices to help create a better tomorrow. And that's what it takes. First, I am listened to, but there's a difference between being heard and heeded. People will hear it, they will acknowledge that I'm right, but the real key is, when are they going to start doing something about it? And for that to happen, the first 3 words in the Constitution have to come alive. We the people. We the people are responsible and accountable for what does and does not happen in Washington and D.C. And so therefore the people have to bring pressure on politicians to help them understand that the status quo is unacceptable, that we need to change course, and we need to do it before the markets force us to do it. That combined with presidential leadership will get us to where we need to be. Leadership is about telling the truth, doing the right thing, even though it may not be popular. And transformational change leaders, by definition, are controversial players. Human beings don't like change. They resist change. And to make major change happen, you got to do 2 things. You've got to start with the masses, we the people. You've got to start at the top, the chief executive officer, and you got to move to the middle. And it doesn't make any difference whether you're in the private sector, the public sector, or the not-for-profit sector, whether you're a country, a company, or another organization. That's what it takes. So let's do it. My view has always been, and what I've always practiced, is the simple concept of lead by example. Practice what you preach. Be what you advocate. It is a very powerful but simple principle that works.